James and the Broken Signal. As Henry hadn't returned from the works yet, Sir Topham Hatt was giving various jobs to many other engines. Gordon was to pull Henry's passenger trains at that matter, and another engine that Sir Topham Hatt was going to have to find to pull Henry's goods. Henry's flatbeds were empty, but his goods load cars were very packed to the brim with goods. Gordon, I have found somebody to pull the express for you, since you will not be doing until Henry returns from the works. Oh, the indignity, chuckled Gordon. Emily will be pulling the express for you. And then the engine who will be doing Henry's goods work is James. Wah, 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 wah. James backed into the trucks. I'm ready to go, sir. All right, James, said Sir Topham Hatt. You get off now and do your work properly, said Sir Topham Hatt. Sir Topham Hatt departed. All right, this is going to be easy, said James. I deal with trucks every single day. Good luck, said Gordon. Ooh, ooh, ooh. Gordon puffed out and was on his way. Wah, wah, I'm ready to go, said James. Just as he was leaving, his signal had turned red, just after Gordon had passed. My signal is red, he chuffed. No! I'm going to be late. The signal had been red for over 5 minutes now. James was getting very irritated. Who has to pass? I'm blocking the intersection anyway, he chuffed. James was very upset. 10 minutes later, the signal was still red. Why is the signal still red in the first place? He chuffed. James backed away from the intersection, and he looked at the signal from a far distance. The signal was still red. Wah, wah! Who's on their way here? Charlie chuffed. I don't know, James, but I know nobody's passed within 15 minutes, probably. James was very, very upset. Wah, 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 wah. What am I to do? I'm stuck here. Wah, 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 wah. 10 more minutes later, James was still waiting at the signal. Wah, I'm just going to bash my way through. James uncoupled from his freight cars and left them by the platform. James hooted and tooted as loud as wah, 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 wah. James raced up towards the signal. The signalman stepped out of the signal box. Stop now, James. The tracks are rugged. Gordon went over them too fast and made them too rugged. They'll need to be fixed. Oh, drats, it's Gordon's fault, said James. But James didn't want to wait any longer. He wanted to get to the washdown, as his paint was already bright and shiny. But he had a lot of scuffs and scratches and lots of coal marks where his tender wasn't. Well, I'm going to puff my way past. And James did so. But then the trucks were holding back. They didn't want to get hurt and go over the rugged rails. The jagged rails were going to damage them. If they got damaged, they wouldn't be able to cause more trouble. So they were being safe and pulled James back. James was hard on the trucks, as he didn't realize what they were doing was appropriate. Wah, 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 wah. I will not allow this, he chuffed. Wah. Then there was trouble. James jerked the freight cars up the line, and he came off. Wah, wah. Help, he wailed. Help! As he kept wailing and whistling his wailing whistle, he didn't realize Gordon had jumped back to help him. Will you quit your wailing and whistling already? Huffed Gordon grandly. I've come to help you." "Thank you, Gordon," said James. "Now, I've told Sir Topham Hatt that I heard wailing and whistling on my way back," said Gordon. "And thanks to you, the passengers are all cross now," said Gordon. "Thanks to you, I didn't get my delivery done on time. You made the rails jagged and rugged, and now I can't chuff," said James. Sir Topham Hatt climbed aboard Thomas and Brendan, and they raced to the rescue. Sir Topham Hatt hopped out of Thomas's cab. "James!" "Wah, wah," whistled Thomas. "James," said Sir Topham Hatt, "I'm very cross with you. You've caused confusion and lots of delay," said Sir Topham Hatt. Thomas helped James back onto the rails. "Wah, wah, wah." And then they shunted back to Knapford. Sir Topham Hatt has some stern words for James. "James, you are not to do that ever again. You are not to race through signals, and you are certainly not to do that with troublesome trucks." "Yes, sir. Sorry, sir," said James. "Thank you, Gordon, for coming to my rescue, and I'm sorry that I was so loud," said James. "That's all right," said Gordon. "We all make mistakes, and I'm sorry for making the rails rugged and jagged," said Gordon. And the two friends chuffed together. Next story up soon. Daniel the Diesel Railcar. At Knapford Station, Samson was pulling in with Henry's train. Gordon was taking a much-needed rest after pulling the express for too long. He had been repaired, though, much quicker than Henry, but he needed a rest. His journey back was very long. He had to fill up on lots of coal. Anyway, Samson wasn't huffing too hard. Henry's passenger coach wasn't too heavy, only because he was very kind. "You guys have it so hard. Henry's coach is so kind to me, because you make it easy to be kind," said Henry's coach. "Thank you," said Samson. Emily and Gordon didn't think this was very cool. "Who cares?" chuffed Gordon. "It's not very useful to be so kind to one another." "Yes, it is," said Emily, "but it's not very cool to rub it into every other engine's faces." Wah, wah, wah. James arrived with Sir Topham Hatt. They had exciting news. "Wonderful news, guys. Samson, you can take a load off of Henry's train from now on." "There's a new engine arriving at Brendam," said James. "James, I wanted to say it," said Sir Topham Hatt. "Sorry," said James. Let's all go," said James. And James led the party down the line to Brendam. Sir Topham Hatt got aboard Samson. At Brendam, the engines were very exciting. Hero huffed in from Titmouth. Billy huffed in from the siding outside Brendam. Cranky was unloading a new, large diesel engine. "Whoa," said James. "What is this?" "This is Daniel the Diesel Railcar," said Sir Topham Hatt. "Wow, a real diesel railcar on our railway," cheered all the engines. Then the engines remembered. Steamies are not friends with the diesels. They don't get along too well. "I don't like this engine," said James. But Daniel was very mild and quiet and kept a smile on his face. A nice, kind, sweet smile. "Don't be rude, James. He's new to our island and we should all treat him with lots of respect," said Sir Topham Hatt. Billy chuffed grandly with his orange bright paint. "He doesn't seem too useful, but he is good enough for carrying passengers. That can help. And I brought him for help," said Sir Topham Hatt. "He's going to help out with Henry's accident. He's going to pull Henry's passengers from now on until Henry has returned. And Daniel will stay on the railway just like Anaya did." "All right," chuffed the engines. all left. At Knapford, Samson and James had returned. What? That diesel rail car has a very friendly smile. And I don't like him. Why not? Said Emily. Because he can cause trouble, like those other diesel engines like Dodge or Spamcam. Dodge and Spamcam haven't been on Sodor for years, said Gordon. Get over it. Everyone else has, even Sir Topham Hatt has. You should too, James. Who are Dodge and Spamcam? Said Samson. Gordon chuffed. They are two engines that used to be on Sodor, causing trouble with Diesel 10. But Spamcam didn't really help with the mischief. Dodge and his best friend Splatter were inseparable. They were Diesel 10's first henchmen, and they will always be part of his ridiculous, pointless, helpless plans. Oh, chuffed Samson. Emily now understood before she could even ask. Then the engines heard a honk of a horn. Emily needed to move out of the way. Daniel was coming down the line from Brendan. Daniel arrived into Knapford. He dropped off the passengers. He was very kind and said hello to all the passengers as they boarded and got off. He said hello and goodbye to them, and he went on his way. So kind, said Emily. You lied to us, James. You said he wasn't good enough for Sodor. Well, I was wrong, said James. He does his work so gracefully and elegantly. The next day, Samson was back pulling trains for Olfstead. The engines heard another honk. Daniel was on his way to collect the passengers in the diesel works. The diesels have welcomed me into their special circle of friendship, and I hope you all can too, said Daniel. I guess I was wrong, said James. He's so nice. Daniel left. Wait till Henry sees him. Henry's going to be shocked. Right, said Emily. Henry's going to be very, very surprised that a diesel like Daniel could be ever so nice. And they were right. Henry returned from the steamworks days later. Woo woo! I'm back, he chuffed. It's Daniel, said Gordon, the diesel rail car. Hello. Who are you? Chucked Henry. He was very astonished by Daniel. This is Daniel, the diesel rail car. That can't be his name, said Henry. I'm Daniel, said the diesel, and that is my real name. Told you, said James. Not funny, said Henry. You do your work so nicely and safely and kindly. Well, I'm kind to everyone. I'm not like every other diesel. Daniel purred away, happily and kindly. Wow, I like him already, chuffed Henry. So do we, chuffed James and Gordon. And the three engines shared a hearty chuckle.